Alright, welcome back. So now in this video, we're talking about text formatting essentials. So basically when we use the word formatting, it's not the normal formatting, in a normal computer language, when you say format, like you want to delete and clear up something. But in the context of Excel rather, formatting is more like styling, adding some styling effects to something. So we have a few formatting essential things that we can use. So we have the bold, we have italics. So bold makes a text thicker and more prominent. It's useful for headers, titles, and for emphasizing important information. The keyboard shortcut for this is Ctrl+B. We have the italics, we have the underline, we have the color, we have the fill. We also have font selection, we have font sizing, borders, alignment, wrap text, and merge and center. I think this is I have 11 here. So we're going to pick them one after the other, starting with bold. So it's very simple. Just highlight the text. For instance, I'm going to select this header, and I could this is the bold icon here. Can you see? So I could just either click it here, and you can see that it automatically becomes bold. Or option 2, I could just select the cell and do Ctrl+B. Very simple, very simple. By the way, let me remove this exponential number here. So those are two. It's either you click it here or you just highlight the cell and do Ctrl+B. You can as well highlight a whole column or a whole row and just do the Ctrl+B and everything gets bolded. So I'm just going to leave it with the header because it's best for headers, except you want to emphasize on something. We also have the italics. This is the italics here. It is, I'm sure you've probably heard of the word italics. It just makes the text a little slant, kind of style, some kind of text styling like that. So I'm going to all these names, I'm going to highlight them, and I'm just going to click on this. And once I click on them, let me zoom in my page. So when I click on them, when I click on this, observe the change here. So you can see the difference in the text, unlike what it was before. So that is what italics is. You can as well use the Ctrl+I shortcut. So I'm just going to select all these ones and do Ctrl+I. That is italics. And of course this as well, Ctrl+I. So we've italicized all these names. The headers are all bolded. So I'm going to select everything and just make everything bold. Alright, the entire header. So we also have underline. You just underline the text. So you can either use the U, for instance, I'm going to underline Nigeria. So if I use Control U as a shortcut, it works, but it's a little limited. So when I do that, you can see that we have the underline, but there is this fancy option here. When you click from here, this drop down has double underline, and double underline could actually be fancier. Sometimes you can see that it's different. Now let me zoom in more. Yeah, I think that's alright. You can see it's double now, unlike the single. So when you use the shortcut, this is usually what you have, Ctrl+U. But then you have this other option here, double underline. So that is the underline. So you underline when you need to. Remember, you use the line when you need to. Don't go around underlining things when you don't need to. You underline when you need to. Alright, what else? Another essential we need to talk about is color and fill. So we have the color here and we have the fill. You might find it, at the initial stage, you might find it, confusing. You don't know which one is fill, which one is for color. So this fill color adds, colors the background of a cell. It colors the background of a cell, whereas this one colors the text itself in the cell. So I'm going to just highlight this Nigeria, and I could just click on. Now by default I have color red here. If I click on this, it shows color red. This one has a default. I mean, yours might be different, but based on the last setting I had, this is like a kind of more like a cream color as a background. If I click on this fill color, I accept this, it gives us this background. Can you see that? Now you can actually change colors. There are many colors here. You can see once I hover the color, it even changes over there. So I could do something like this, somewhat light green, and then I could change the text color as well to, let me see something nice, something maybe. Okay, let's just use the red, or I could stick with black as well. I could stick with black if I want, and I could change the color. So that is basically how to use the highlight, the fill color and the font color. The font color is the text color, it's by the right, and the fill color, which is the background color, is by the left. I can decide to highlight a whole column, for instance, and just do something like, okay, give it a background color, that kind of thing. And I can decide to highlight a whole row and say, okay, I want this to have this, I want it to have this, let me see. All right, I think it's not even working because I don't have any text in it here. Let me do it now. All right, I guess it's because of this particular one. Let me undo this first of all. All right now, so it should. Let me check this out again. Okay, let me add fake text to it, or let me use this one rather. All right now, okay, this is. Oh, look at me! I actually mixed. I was struggling to add a background color, and I was mistakenly actually clicking font color. So those are the common, things. It could just be funny sometimes. It's funny how you could just mix it up sometimes, right? So this is actually what I wanted to actually add a background color to this place. Yeah, so I should actually click on fill color, and I could add. Okay, let me highlight the whole. This thing. So let me add a deeper shade of green. So now this row now, I'm going to just highlight this one downwards, and then I'm going to give it a lighter shade of green as something like this. And then if I were to write the text here, for instance, I could just say header. You can see that the color is not looking good, so I could just change it to, I think, a bright color like white would just do well here, and then I could make it bolder, header. So that is basically how we use. But remember, I said you use them when necessary and how necessary. If you are not very good at combining colors, please don't turn it to a Nickelodeon paintboard. All right, now so that is about the fill color and the text color, font color. Next, also I'm going to be talking about. All right, so in the next video, now I'll be talking about the font selection and the others. So see you in the next video.